Time is more than a standardized metric from which to chart the passing of day into night and night into day. It's more than the hands of the clock, the dials on your watch, and the digits on your alarm. Time of the past was brought to us by the squawk of a rooster or from the lapping rays of a setting sun. But there was a point where we as a species redefined time. We began to measure it, and time in due course also began to measure us. I have no solid grasp of time today. I have no idea when I woke up. I only know it was morning by the sun's position in the sky. I seem to exist in some form of stasis, where the world rocks gently amongst the palms of the days, where the only signal a second brings with it seems to exist between the beep of the fire alarm in my communal hallway and that of the slow dredge of passing cars outside my window. I don't know what time is to me right now, but I do know it's mine. If time is the fabric of our reality, then light is most definitely the thread that binds it. Light is a union. It's seeing as it is believing. It's day as it is night. It's our daily dance, a gleaming word with the earth and with the heavens. With the growing concerns towards air and light pollution, and the exhaustion of our personal time becoming an all more prominent feature in today's contemporary landscape, I feel as though we as humans have a responsibility to preserve and to protect against the commodification and exploitation of our most fundamental of resources. We as a species need to learn how to grow beyond our conventional view that time is just an industrialized measure. There should be an alignment, a collective agreement in truth. We should value our light, better yet we should celebrate it, reclaim it, and mobilize it to glorious effect.
We are automatically protesting the way in which technology serves us. It is a protest against the social dilemma which we have found ourselves in and what we were calling for so long ago. Time holes have taken the presence out of the present. The constant ticking of the mainstream world is a strong force that we reject and urge people to slow down. The divisive nature of technology separates our spirit from our mind. When you remove the constant ticking of the human clock, you realize time is just an illusion we are keeping track of. Look at what the system is lacking in, what it is destroying within us and around us. The more each of you want to be unique while leaving a trail of waste in your wake, the more you are following the patterns that lead to destruction and loss of communal revival of thought, compassion for one another, and love of the planet we inhabited. With new technologies and the rise of addiction for instant gratification, things have sped up in every lane. Social communications, consumerism, travel, prescription drugs, and so on. We urge you to stop the clock that is counting down towards doomsday for the planet and civilization. The time is now and always was. Stop the clock, slow down, disconnect, and reconnect.
At one time, our livelihoods, families, and festivals were centered around the nature world. Humans used to use nature indicators as a clock to live their lives by.
As a rejection and protest against the modern clock, we return to nature and the seasons.
Through our observation and research, we found flowers bloom at different periods. We made a blooming table according to the season and time. People can set their nature clock according to their own schedule, which is also a reward to nature. The initial state of the nature clock is seed paper, which is made by you after selecting the seeds. The paper material is natural. The production process will not produce harm to nature. When finished, you can tear them up and plant them in your backyard, raise them, and eventually harvest your nature clock. Neo-Luddites look at what plants are doing as a way to indicate what time of year it is. We know which fruits and vegetables are in season and where to forage for them.
Fruits and vegetables bought at supermarkets are often unsustainably sourced and have possibly been genetically modified. By growing or collecting our own food, Neo-Luddites reject unsustainable and unethical methods of food growth. When collecting plants to cook with, you will become more observant of your surroundings and will use your intuition more. More care and time will be taken over the preparation of your food, and through this you will develop a new relationship to food and eating. Fermenting and pickling can be used as a method of care when preparing your food. This involves carefully observing the food, judging when it looks and tastes right, rather than relying on a time scale set out by a recipe. Much like nature, fermentation is a continual process rather than a finite one. Making crab apple jelly. Collect crab apples, soak in salted water, wash in cold water, cut in half. Stew with lemon juice, suspend in a fabric bag over a bowl, add sugar, boil, place into sterilised jars.